Right, ladies and gentlemen, are you all ready to thumb it in? That's why I'm here. Let's thumb it in. I feel like the first thing we should do is probably sort out what thumbing it in actually means. That's a woman. So first of all, this joke's for the straight people in the crowd. Any straights there? Yeah. I see you. This is a safe space for you. So yeah, that's a woman. I'm a man, and we love each other. And she's bent over, okay. And we're having sex, as you do. And straight people, they do the normal things while they're having sex, such as, I don't know, play the day's Wordle, say that they love one another, but they want to take it to the next notch, right? So what do? They're gonna knock, knock, knock on heaven's door. Anyone here done that? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they put it in, and they say, "Darling, don't sneeze." But that's not thumbing it in. That has nothing to do with this evening. Straight people think that's what thumbing it in is. Thumbing it in is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, you don't quite have an erection. You are just above half-mast. People know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And there can be loads of reasons why you're just, let's call it 65%, 70%. There's lots of reasons why you're in that position. Maybe you had too much to drink. Maybe you've done a few rounds. Maybe it's just your style to lose it. Maybe you're dating someone really fucking ugly. It's not their fault, it's not yours. Anyway, what are you gonna do when you go to fuck them? You're just gonna farm it in. Because it's not quite hard enough, you just have to. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And that does relate to this evening quite a lot, because really you're going to take a big risk. Once it's in, you're going hell for leather. You have to go, give it 100%. You don't know if it's going to pay off, but you're going to try. And there are quite a few acts here tonight where it's their first time. They don't know if it's going to pay off, but they're going to try. Right, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Daniel Samuel Young. I'm 612 years old. I feast on virginal blood, and I think people have too much freedom during sex. And I'm not talking about who you shag or how you shag. That's up to you. I just think people don't think before they speak, right? So, for instance, I don't like it when people are very enthusiastic in the bedroom. I just think that they're taking the mick out of me. They say things like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. That's great, yeah, right there. Oh yeah, this is the best night of my life." I'm gonna have a fucking anxiety attack. But no, I'm going to tell you a few stories and have some musical accompaniments. Yeah! Have you ever heard the phrase, "this machine kills fascists"? This machine will be killing a different F word tonight. I was dating this one man, and he loved just dictating everything we were doing. Come closer, darling, come closer. I know how he feels. So he wants to dictate everything, and where I'm English, I want to say yes to everything, because I think it's only polite to respond. So he just says, "Kiss me." I say yes. "Kiss my neck." Yes. "Get undressed." Yes. "I'm going to bend over now." I say, "Yes, okay." And then he says, "I'm going to tease the tip of your pecker with the tip of my tongue, sliding it down the string of your frenulum." And I say, "Yes, that's great." And then they stand up and they say, "And taste your dick on my mouth." And I'm not afraid to say I said yes to that. That was great. And then they say, "Okay, now suck my dick." And I say, "Okay." And then they say, "Are you going to choke on that?" And I say, "Well, given the size, probably not unless you haven't washed it in a while." Then we start fucking. You know how that goes? Harder, yes. Harder, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Are you gonna come? Yeah, yeah. And you know, sweet Angleterre right inside of them. But they say, "I'm gonna ask you something, you have to promise to say yes." And I say, "Well, I've been fucking doing that this whole time, but yeah, sure, what is it?" And they say, "Stay inside of me." I say, "Okay." And then they say, "Take a piss in my arse." I said, "No, that's fucking disgusting." Yeah, people in the bed, they say the darndest things. Kids will really say the darndest things. I had this other man once ask me to come in a condom, leave it outside my front door. He would come collect it, drink it with a straw, and send me a video. And I said, I don't have the data on my phone for something like that. That's fucking disgusting. But it's not just men, it's women too. Have you know? Yeah! That guy gets it. I've been with a woman as well, just like this guy. And they say some crazy things, man. Women. Oh. They say things like, well, there's some stereotypes, right? Like, choke me, pull my hair, spit in my mouth, which... Would anyone like to spit in my mouth? No. Real suggestion. I think it'd make a funny bit. Anyone want to spit in my mouth? You? Come on. Right, so, where were we? What was I talking about? Yes, anyway, I was talking about women. No, women will say some crazy things when you're sleeping with them. They'll say things like, "Do you love me?" Which I think's fucking gay. Of course I don't love you. They say other things like, "Are you wearing a condom?" And I say, "I don't know what that fucking means. What are you talking about?" Or a classic one, "Do you even remember my name?" And I say, "Darling, I never fucking learnt it." And, well, there's one very awful story that I'll share with you, and then, if it's okay, I'd like you to share some stories with me. I'm going to head over here again. Right, so there's no guarantees I'll play this one correctly, but... So, how does it go? I'm going to tell you a story that's never been told. A story about a young boy and a man quite old. A 45-year-old transport lawyer who failed to transport me. From henceforth he'd be known as the Runt. Why? Because he was quite runty. So I met him at a party. I think everyone at the party knew he was a runt. I think I did too. But he said he had some Evelyn Waugh first editions. I quite like Evelyn Waugh. And more so, I like having sex. So I go to this flat in New Cold Drops Yard. Anyone been there? Yeah, it's fucking shit, isn't it? Anyway, he makes me an ottolenghi dish. And me of goupots for dessert. I should have seen the red flags, really. As well as this. He had teddy bears on his bed. Yeah. And also, when every time he kissed me, I could feel his erection through his blue bootcut jeans. Yes. Now, despite his age, the runt didn't like to be called Daddy. And if he didn't like the set at this stage, well, it's going to get much worse, sadly. And it's funny he brought it up, because Daddy isn't a word I said, because my dear runt liked to be called Dad instead. So picture me there, lips slipping up and down, the occasional gag turning my lips into a frown, the runt's knob in my mouth, and his hands in my hair. I'm still thinking of you, my fair, fair England. Petersfield, North London and Tunbridge Wells. I'm also working the balls as his member gently swells. He lifts up my chin. He's got something to ask. I never quite got why men always do that. When my mouth's completely full is when they want to talk to me. It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, he's got something to say. Is it a treat or is it a trick? All I know is if you shove it any further, I'll most certainly be sick. And who knew I could so profoundly get the ick? But then he asks me, do you like the taste of your dad's dick? So I'm fucking confused. They say it's good to lose yourself in the act of love. They say that it frees us. But I don't know what false idols these people pray to. Because I pray to one God, and that's Jesus. I pray to Jesus that I can understand why I'm thinking of my father while I'm sucking off this man. And a voice asks in my head, is it too late to abscond? And the voice replies, darling, this is the lowest you've ever gone. So dear Mr. Runt, I suppose I can only say touche. You know, it took me ages to come out. Now I regret the fact I'm gay. And in just 9 words, you made my erection go to waste. And to make matters worse, you actually asked if I liked the taste. Because forgetting all the father stuff, the question's still quite bizarre. If I'm honest, honey, it's no steak tartare. My taste buds are blinded when in the act of lust. And if I'm honest, it tasted like the inside of my anus. So I've only got a few seconds to collect all my thoughts. My life flashing before my eyes. Before now, I hadn't felt remorse. But I can't think straight under that little runty stare. So do you know how I answer the question, do you like the taste of your dad's dick? Yeah? Right, who here has had something terrible said to them in the act of love? Raise your hand. Don't make me pick on people. Okay, who here's in a relationship? You? Right, come forward. Are you in love with your girlfriend, boyfriend, nay-friend? Yes? What do you talk about when you have sex?
It's just pure silence, nothing at all.
Silence. Okay. I'll go pick someone else next. Right, anyone wants to share any? Come on, I've just told you some pretty terrible stories. I think it's only fair someone shares one. You have one? Come on then, lady. What's your name, son?
Emily.
Is this your first time in the city?
Yeah, it really is, yeah. But my ex once asked me in the middle of sex, would you like to watch some cartoon dog porn?
Is that like Scooby-Doo or off menu?
The dogs were very dark.
The dogs were very dark. I mean, it's fine, isn't it? How old were you?
I'm 24.
How old were you at the time?
Oh, 23?
How old were they?
I can't remember. 20, a bit.
Cartoon
I
dog
think
age.
they were born in 94.
Born in... Right. That's really...
It
Okay.
was bad.
Anyone else? Otherwise we're going to go to the next act, but I kind of want to wait for a bit. Someone pulled out, so just going to... Okay, actually that's a fun joke if you want. I wrote some notes on the song I just sang, and so I could remember it, but it's just the last line of every word. So we can read that if you want. Told old, me runty dad sadly said, instead down frown, hair, fair England, Tunbridge Wells swells, ask why. Trick, sick, ick, dad's dick. Confused, free us, pray, Jesus. No, the nurse isn't that funny. Touche, gay waste. That's what you should be saying to me. Right. Our next act, it's their first time. Okay? They're going to be thumbing it in. So instead of applauding, we're just going to thumb it in, okay? So let's give them a nice little thumb it in. Yeah! Isaac, where are you, you little bugger?